a monkey, really. Yeah. So good morning. It's Friday. Thank goodness it's Friday. Cheers. We have a pretty light academic day. A bunch of you have been working ahead and getting things done, which is awesome. Remember that the math this month is pretty intense. It's like every day there's a lesson. So you don't want to get behind, but if you had extra time, you might want to get ahead. That would be okay. Today in language arts, you're starting a new lesson, 402, but some of you started it yesterday. It's the car catalyst. So it's the one about cars. We're still talking about transportation, how it's changed over time, and how it has changed the world. I thought it was kind of fun reading that article because I was looking at old pictures. I went to my aunt's funeral this weekend. We were looking at old pictures and we saw the old pictures of them with the old tractors and the first cars that were like the really funny. She was almost 100 years old. So the pictures of the cars that they had when she was little were really pretty cool. She was 98 years old, so she lived a really long life. It's interesting how much transportation has changed. So when my parents were little, people didn't really travel abroad or anything because it was too hard to get there. You had to go on a ship at first, and then they invented airplanes, and things have changed a lot since then, huh? So today you're going to be doing that. I'm going to show you our new character trait for this month. So the month of January, we're going to be thinking about perseverance. Does anybody know what perseverance is? If somebody says, oh, you need to persevere, does that ring a bell with anyone? No? So I remember when I was a little girl and somebody said to me, you're very perseverant. And I didn't know what that meant. I was like, is that a compliment? But it means you stick to it. You're the kind of person who stays with a task, finishes things, kind of works hard and keeps going, no matter if it gets difficult. So perseverance is when you follow through. We're going to watch a little video about that. And after that, I'd like you guys to be thinking about what you need to persevere on, like what you maybe need to become better at with perseverance. Maybe you're good at sticking to a video game, but you're not so great at staying with your reading lessons, or maybe you're great at persevering on your Dreambox lessons, but you're not so good at finishing like a science experiment. So think about for school how perseverance is going to help you. And then the very last thing we're going to do today is we're going to vote on what to do at the end of the day today, because we already did the science lesson. So I thought Friday afternoon is a good time to have like a fun session in class. So we can play a game together. We could do bingo. We could do code names. We could do escape rooms. But after this, before you go to specials, we're going to vote on it. So be thinking about what you would like to do. I see Mila's hand raised. Yeah, Mila.
I just remember, do you still do the 11:40 like lunch break things?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh.
The same group that comes in for that every day. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So here we go. We're going to watch a video about what perseverance is. And after that, we'll vote. Here we go. Share. And then I need to get off of this one and get on to the perseverance one. 5th grade. There we go. Full screen. And boom.
What is perseverance? Perseverance to me means facing new and hard challenges.
Perseverance to me is just to keep on trying.
What perseverance means to me is pushing through even when it's hard.
Perseverance is pushing yourself
to work through challenges and obstacles.
Why does perseverance matter?
Perseverance makes you a more flexible thinker.
Did you know that perseverance actually improves mental health?
Perseverance helps you overcome challenges and reach your goals.
What does perseverance look like?
An example of perseverance for me was when I was on a hike with my family. I could picture the view at the top, but my legs were aching. I kept thinking about the view, and when I got up there, the view was totally worth it.
One time that I had to show perseverance is when I had to run a mile. This was very hard, but I had to keep on trying, and I was able to make it through.
It's your turn. How will you practice perseverance? Because what we practice becomes a habit, and good habits grow character.
Okay, so before we go to our vote of what we're going to do at the end of the day today, over in the chat right now, type one time you have shown perseverance. Okay. So, and they gave 2 examples that were physical, but mental perseverance is another thing. Like when you didn't feel like finishing something, but you finished it anyway. When you were tired, for example, mine would be this holiday after a huge family gathering. I was exhausted, but our sink and counters were full of dirty dishes. And I knew I didn't want to do them the next day. So I just persevered and washed all the dishes. Even though I was tired, even though I really didn't want to do it, I knew that I'd feel better if I did it. So that's what perseverance is. Think of a time in your life when you were doing something and it was either boring or long or hard, or you really, you knew that in the end you were going to be happier if you did it. So you went ahead and stuck with it and did it. Homework's probably a great example. Okay, you're tired, but you got up anyway. Clean your whole room. If you wanted to go to a friend's house, very messy, but I did it so I could go to see your friend. Hated it, but it was worth it. You kind of, sometimes you do hate perseverance, like while you're doing it. That's a good point, Evie. It's not always fun. The persevering part is not always fun, but the feeling afterwards is why you do it. So think of a time when you stuck with something. Maybe you were trying to learn something like your Rubik's Cubes. I bet, Mohammed, there have been times when you've been really frustrated, but you stuck with it until you conquered it. Can anybody else give us another example of a time you persevered? Tell us about a time you persevered. Oh, good. Here comes Lauren.
Not here.
Okay. Tell us about a time you persevered. When is a time you persevered? Yay, Lauren, you made it in. Yay. When is a time you persevered? Everybody right now, try to write something in the chat about a time you persevered. So far, I've only seen things from Mila and Evie. So Liam, I'm sure there's something you've persevered with. Amadi, I'm sure there's something you persevered with. Eli, I'm sure there was something difficult. Christian, maybe you were reading a book for your book club and you weren't really enjoying it, but you knew that your friends were counting on you reading it. So you went ahead and read it. Maybe you were working on a math problem and you were super frustrated, but you knew you'd feel better if you finished it. Yeah, isn't enough, Eli. Give me a full sentence, please. So Lauren, we're talking about the word perseverance. This month's character trait is perseverance. And who can tell Lauren what perseverance is? Who thinks they've got it?
It's like in kindergarten, Barnes, I got a t-shirt for perseverance.
And what did that mean to you? What is perseverance to you?
It's like, how do you explain it? It's like basically, like for example, like again, if there's a book you didn't want to read, and yeah.
And you went ahead and stuck with it because you knew that you'd feel good having finished it or completed it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think whenever you're doing something and it becomes hard and you feel like giving up, but you know that giving up is going to leave you with a bad feeling. And you know that finishing it or doing it is going to leave you with a proud feeling. Didn't want to do my homework, but I knew I would feel good after I finished it. How many of us agree with that, huh? Absolutely. Cleaning the house, doing your homework, maybe taking care of your pet. You didn't feel like doing it, but you knew that your pet needed you to do it, right? Once I did all my homework for the week, even though I didn't want to because I was tired, it's kind of bored, but you did it anyway. Homework and chores are 2 good examples of perseverance. Excellent. Learning new things. Do you think you're the kind of person who sticks with it when you're trying to learn something new, like a language or a skill? Most people who are high achievers, people like sports stars, people who run companies, leaders, have a lot of perseverance. They really can stick it out. All right, nicely done. The last thing we're going to do is in chat right now, write down ideas of a fun class online activity you'd like to do today at 2 p.m. And we're going to vote on it. So what would you like to do? We've done a lot of games. I have that whole sheet of online games. We've done a Pictionary-like game, a draw battle. We've done code names. We've done categories where you have to come up with things that start with a certain letter. We could do bingo. We could do breakout rooms, escape rooms. We could do a math game. We could play something like, or we could just sit and talk together and draw something like we've done in Anime Club. Write, read, escape room, scramble. Oh, that's neat.
I love
A word, whoever guesses what the word is gets to go next in chat. Oh, I love that. I've never done that one. That's cool. Scramble. I'm going to write it down. We're going to do that sometime for sure. Okay. So I have these options right now. Scramble. It's like a scrambled word, and whoever gets it gets to go next in chat. Write and read, where we just sit together and just have a quiet time where you can do what you want and chat and read or write. Escape room, play bingo, Kahoot, draw battle, or breakout rooms. Which one though, Evie? In breakout rooms. Okay, so we could have choices in breakout rooms. That's a great idea. Oh, I love that idea. Then we wouldn't have to choose one thing. Do you guys agree with that? That we could have
you just name the rooms like Kahoot, Draw Battle.
Okay. Oh, I like that, because then we don't really have to, we could have scramble, Kahoot, draw battle, and you guys know how to set those up. Let's see. Draw battle, breakout room, Kahoot. Excellent. Scramble.
Or just have some breakout rooms for the people that don't want to play.
Okay, so we could have 4 breakout rooms. One is scramble, one is Kahoot, one is draw battle, and the other one is like chat and draw. You can just draw a picture and chat. How's that sound? Okay, so at 2 o'clock today, we're not going to have a lesson, but we're going to be doing fun things. So come at 2 o'clock for sure. That is it for this morning. So we're done a little bit early.
Jobs.
Well, we don't do the jobs every day. You're the only one who goes every day, my friend. Do you have a riddle for us?
Yep.
Okay, do it.
One night, a man runs away from home. He turns left and keeps running. After some time, he turns left again and keeps running. Later, he turns left once more and runs back home. But when he gets home, he finds a man in a mask. Who was the man in the mask?
Wait, can you say that riddle again?
I'll put it in the chat for anyone who needs it.
One night, a man runs away from home, turns left and keeps running. After some time, he turns left again. He keeps running. Later, he turns left one more time and runs back home. But when he gets home, he finds a man in a mask. Who is the man in the mask?
Him? No, Brianna. It's not him.
Did his sports coach, because he was a runner and he was trying to train for running?
No.
Well, what man wears a mask? I don't even know of any, like a luchadora. Was it a luchadore?
I don't even know what that is.
That's a Mexican wrestler.
No.
I don't know. Anybody have a guess?
Oh, it's something with sport. It did something.
Pac-Man. No, it's not Pac-Man.
Okay, what is it, Liam? I think you stumped us.
All right, the answer is a catcher.
They're playing baseball.
Oh, it's baseball. Oh, and home is home base. Billie Eilish. That's hilarious.
Billie Eilish.